told him to hang in there, be strong. I know he's hurting. And
We'll take you live to a service where friends and family of a man who died in a shootout with cops are gathering to mourn his passing.
They'll need to stop blood loss. They just don't have the tools on hand.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening, I'm Brittany Lai.
And I'm Jordan Lee. We have breaking news. Just moments ago, local judge Tony Pomerine denied bond for a man accused of murder in connection with an undercover investigation that's gone bad.
21-year-old Stephen McKinley went before Judge Pomerine in Clark County, where he is charged with murder. The charge stems from a shootout last night with police. A federal ATF agent, whose name has not yet been released, is in the hospital in serious but stable condition. Another man was shot and died at the scene. Federal and state officials say they do not yet have a set date when they will release the name of the agent.
20-year-old Javante Darden was fatally shot during the altercation. Although the investigation remains open, Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Jesse Maddox, says that Stephen McKinley is charged with murder because if someone dies in the commission of a felony, which in this case is aggravated assault on a police officer, the result in any death, then those responsible for the crime can be charged with murder. Our reporter Tevin Reeves is live at Bethel Church Homes Playground, where Darden's memorial is taking place now. Tevin.
Thanks, Jordan. I'm here at Javante Darden's memorial service here at Bethel Church Home. The service is set to start within the next few minutes. A lot of family, friends, and neighbors are gathering here. Just as you can see right behind me here at the playground. I spoke with his father earlier. His father said he is heartbroken that he could barely sleep last night, but that he wants the world to learn about his son's story. The mother did not want to speak as well. She was very hurt about the situation. A lot of the community has been in and out of the home, making sure the family has been okay. And as you can see, the young man has had a great impact here in the community, and that he will be remembered. Back to you.
Thank you, Tevin.
A court date is set for a suspect involved in last night's shootout with an undercover federal agent. According to police, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms was conducting an investigation in the neighborhood near Ben Epps Airport. Reporter Andrew James spent the day at the complex hearing neighbors' reactions. He joins us live in the newsroom now. Andrew, what did they say?
Yeah, Jordan, this police report gives us very little details about what happened last night at a trailer park complex near the Airport Minute Market. What is clear, though, is that one unidentified agent was shot and is in the hospital today. One man faces murder charges and another man is dead. Stephen McKinley will stand before a magistrate judge tomorrow facing various charges, including aggravated assault. Cheryl Weathers lives in the trailer across the spot where the shootout took place and is ready to get out.
I started packing my stuff.
Weathers has lived in the complex for more than a year. She says the area is a hotbed for drug activity.
It's a drug-infested area, yes, sir. It is. There's a lot of drugs here.
Weathers wonders how all this was going on when she's never seen either of the two suspects in the complex before.
I've never seen them over here, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of people, but I don't get out here much.
Police used metal detectors today looking for bullet shells. Investigators also were in and out of the Minute Market. While residents go through their routines today, Weathers is counting the days before she can leave the complex.
I'm ready to get out of here now. You know, instead of waiting until next week, I'm ready to get out of here now.
And right now, we are still waiting on more information regarding that ATF agent, who he was, and how his recuperating is going at the hospital. We'll have that for you soon if we hear back from the GBI, and when we do, we'll have those updates. Back to you.
Thanks, Andrew.
While I was out today, I spoke with the mother of Stephen McKinley, the young man charged with murder and aggravated assault in the Athens-Clarke County Jail.
Told him to hang in there, be strong. I know he's hurting. And
So I went out today and I spoke with Javante's father and mother about their memories of their son. And here's what they said. Javante's father shared these memories with me.
Javante Darden's father, Randy Darden, talked to me about his son's younger years.
When he was a baby, he used to follow me around. I couldn't keep him off my side. He always asked me, "Daddy, what is this? What is that?"
We learned that Darden was about to become a father.
Got him a baby on the way, and I was looking forward to seeing a little grandbaby.
Darden's mother, Katrina Gary, was too distraught to go on camera, but spoke about her son.
He just my upper half, my better half, my best friend.
Darden's father feels the loss as well.
I really want answers. I want want the world to know that I want answers.
While Darden's mother says she just wants to remember her son positively.
Had to dry my tears up because I can hear him now. What you cry for? Dry them tears up.
Anyone with additional information can call the FBI tip line at 404-679-9000.
A new buddy in Athens probably won't take you out for drinks, but it could just save your life. The new buddy kit is a companion that Athens police are using to help take care of victims and help themselves out in times in the field.
I need a buddy kit!
These are the words that one police officer yelled for as he rushed to the scene of a stabbing Saturday night. The stabbing took place at Cloud Bar in downtown Athens. This kit proved to be the difference between life and death. Senior crime analyst for Athens Clarke County Police Department, David Griffith, says the idea for the buddy kits came from the military.
Yeah, these are battlefield components that were used to treat soldiers. That's the origins of these components.
This kit includes a tourniquet, wound dressings, a chest seal, scissors, and gloves. Griffith says he knows the buddy kit have saved multiple lives since it started being used last year.
I know of 3 instances where a life was saved right off the top of my head.
The kits were issued last December to the University of Georgia Police and the Athens Clarke County Police. They are named after Officer Buddy Christian, who was killed in the line of duty 3 years ago.
A UGA student recently released from the hospital had some safety tips for students. They were hit by a car and are suffering from the effects of the accident. Taylor Saxon explains that both she and the local police say that there are steps that you can take to ensure your safety when you walk or when you drive.
Caitlin Long says she's trying to catch up on her schoolwork because she was hit by a car just 2 weeks ago.
I feel like it's emotionally and mentally a traumatic experience.
Long says she has a concussion and says she realizes something worse could have happened to her.
So I think about it in that aspect, and then also how scary the whole thing was. Actually getting hit and feeling that pain and hearing everyone else's reactions around me. It's just not something I would wish on anyone to have to go through.
This is actually the same intersection where Caitlin Long was hit. She says she thought the car would stop, but on that day, the car didn't.
Almost every single accident that's occurred since school has started has been either the result of a student texting in the crosswalk or a driver being distracted at the wheel.
Jacoby says the Student Government Association and the school administration are pushing to aware students to take safety into their own hands.
Look the entire way you're crossing the street. Don't just look right before you cross.
And for drivers,
when you're behind the wheel, that should be your only priority. Get from point A to point B and pay attention along the way.
Chief of UGA Police Jimmy Williamson says the driver was at fault and received a citation for a failure to yield at the right-of-way to pedestrians. He mentioned that this is a problem the police department cannot fix alone and said it takes everybody to prevent this from continuing to happen.
The CDC is tracking down anyone who may have come into direct physical contact with a man in Dallas who has been diagnosed with a deadly Ebola virus. It's the first case of Ebola diagnosed in the United States. The patient is now in isolation at the Dallas, Texas hospital. Public health officials are currently trying to stop the disease from spreading. The director of the CDC says that anyone who has been in contact with the patient will be monitored for 21 days to see if they develop symptoms.
Stop an Ebola outbreak. That's what we will do in this case. There is no doubt in my mind that we can stop it in its tracks here.
Professor and Director of Center for Health and Risk Communications, Glenn Nowak, agrees that the CDC is doing all they can to prevent the spread of the virus. The primary of who would need to be alert for the possible symptoms of the Ebola infection would be the people who recently traveled from countries in West Africa. There is no general risk to the public, including Georgia, from the virus.
Today is the first day that UGA's campus is effectively tobacco-free. Following a Georgia Board of Regents vote, campuses across Georgia must ban tobacco products. Reporter Mason Gepp surveyed people at UGA to see how they felt about the new ban.
All forms of tobacco, including e-cigarettes, are included. This widespread ban has caused a lot of talk here on UGA's campus. We received hundreds of responses from you about this policy. Based on your responses, most people are not smokers. Almost 60% of the people think that this will not be effective. Close to 70% of the people have a strong belief that the policy will not even be enforced here on campus. While people have relatively low hopes for the policy's effectiveness, a wide majority of people think the ban will have a strong impact here on overall health on campus. Back to you at the news desk.
Thank you, Mason. Coming up,